Hello, Hassan. How are you? I hope all is well. In the middle of a great big snowstorm here. Oh my goodness, you gotta love the month of March in Canada. That's what we get. There was no snow earlier. I had a busy day. I had to lay down and rest before doing your reading. And I went to lay down. I fell asleep. The pavement was bare. You could see the road. You could see the brown grass in the backyard that hasn't greened yet. And I woke up and everything is covered and it is at moments. The winds are like 90 clicks. Snow's heavy. Then it clears for a bit. I got my view back for a second. It'll disappear. It's just a wall of white. All ready for the power to go out. I wouldn't want that to happen, but you have to prepare for it here. You get the snow and those high winds. The snow weighs heavy on power lines and on tree branches and trees. And tree branches, they get weighed down underneath all that snow and then that strong wind. That's kind of stuff. And then they break off because of the strong wind, snaps them off. They come down, they usually hit a power line, and there your power line's gone. So, and then you've got thousands of people out of power because of one branch. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. So, Hassan, I've gone through your information, and I've posted the Spirit and Tarot as well, what your dilemma is about the lady that you're in love with, the young lady, your girlfriend, and keep calling her that. That puts it out to the universe, and it's a way of manifesting. It's very powerful. Keep calling her your girlfriend. Don't say, my ex-girlfriend, not at this point, because you want her back. So don't refer to her like she's gone out of your life. It puts a big, big message out to the universe. It truly does. So, we'll see what we can do here. We'd like to have some clarification for Hassan. He really, really, really is sorry that him and his girlfriend are separated at this time. He really, truly, with all his heart and soul, wants to be given a second chance. And he has acknowledged that it's going to take work, and a lot of work. And it won't come easy, but he's willing to do the work. To putting it into a good relationship. I am going to go one more time, and then I'm going to cut the deck. And then I'm going to consult with Pendulum to see if these are going to be the cards for your spread. Let me do it again. I didn't like the feel of that. It felt awkward and rough. Do it again. Even that. No, there we go. All right, I'm going to cut. Okay. As this deck stands are the top 10 cards. The cards that are meant for Hassan's Celtic cross reading. Are these the cards that are meant for his spread? Yes or no? Could I have a more definitive swing? Wider, please. And let me feel the kick, the pull. Are these Hassan's Celtic cross cards for his reading? That's better. Not as wide as I'd like, but yes. I felt a nudge. Okay. You can stop. All right. Okay. Okay, Hassan, you're a big boy, right? Something that you never see me do in my videos on YouTube, but I smoke. And I never used to smoke during private readings, but I found I just want to relax, and it relaxes me, and I'd be getting caught up in the reading, and I'd be getting tense, and really that's no good. So you want your reader to be, comfortable. Maybe other readers have a glass of wine when they're doing a private reading. I don't know. I don't drink. So you'll pardon me. And your girlfriend's name is Natalie, only with an H. Isn't that interesting? It's very interesting, small world. We're more alike in this world than we are different. So we have more common things than not. That's the way people are. Okay. Heartbreak's a terrible thing. It consumes. People use the word they're obsessed. Somebody's obsessed with somebody or something. That's what being in love is all about, falling in love. It becomes an obsession. When something raises strong emotions from within you like nothing ever has before. When it doesn't matter where you are, who you're with, what it is you're doing. You're constantly wondering, where are they? What are they doing right now? You're thinking about them all the time. They're the first thought on your mind when you wake up in the morning. They're the last thought that you can remember before you fell into sleep at night. They become your everything. You're still at such a this isn't meant as disrespect, but I think I figured your age was 23. Maybe I'm wrong. I didn't take the calculator, and I'm terrible with math. I thought that's what I figured real quick in my head. Anyway, 95. You're born very. You're still quite young, but that doesn't mean. I'm not saying you don't know nothing yet or anything like that. There's a lot of 23-year-olds that are way beyond their years too. They're very wise and they're very smart. But how many times have you discovered real love by the age of 23? I remember. And I was out on my own as a very young girl. I was on my own since I was 16. I lived, I had my own place. I worked. I took care of myself. I kept to myself. I didn't have oh my goodness, I was a whole year before I started to have what you would call a real boyfriend. And I thought and it's not that it wasn't love. It was love at the time, but as time went on, you get over these things and you move on. You'll always wonder about your first love, for one thing. But at 23, you've got a good grasp on life at that age, unless you've been cushioned and protected your whole life. But if you've got a good grasp on life, you've got a good grasp on everything. Doesn't matter. The age is irrelevant, really. Other than to say that there could be many more loves ahead in your future as well. That's all I'm just saying. That's not spirit talking. That's not the cards talking. That's just me. I'm finding my center with you. I'm trying to put everything I have around you and your girlfriend and the situation at hand. So if I talk about it, it makes it more real for me. The greatest stories of all time, all through history, are the ones that are about, bittersweet love, broken hearts, falling in love. Even how many fairy tales are happily ever after, that revolve around romance and love. An awful lot of them way back to when they first started. Somebody thought to make up a story and write it down or record it in their way. Maybe they used a stone tablet. I don't know, and a chisel. Okay. That's how I smoke. I'm satisfied and I put it out for a bit. Then I light it, take another puff and put it out for a bit. It's my only vice. I should take up drinking or something, but no, I can't. It's a health thing. I wouldn't. When I was your age, yeah, those were my, nightclub years. And not drinking a lot. I was never a huge drinker. Just enough to get a little buzz and get brave enough to get up and dance and laugh and carry on. Always went with a bunch of females. We all went together. We all left together and went home. So we were good girls, but we knew how to have fun. So I know how you feel. I got a good grasp anyway on what you're going through, what this whole experience is with your girlfriend. And I'm just like holding my breath because we can all relate to what you're going through. Boys, and you miss her so bad and you want her back so bad. It's a physical thing. You feel it physically. You feel the pressure and the tightness in your chest and in your stomach. It affects your sleep. It affects the way you eat. It affects everything. You sit and pick a book up to read it, and you've been stuck on the same paragraph, reading it over and over and over again, because your mind keeps taking that sideways step and going off into that place again that brings you great joy and great pain all at the same time. It's ironic, really. It's a beautiful thing to be in love. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. When it becomes now maybe not so stable or problems, because it's real life, you have to find a way to work through those problems and take them on if that's what you still want, and you obviously do. That's clear to me. You wouldn't have contacted a tarot reader or me per se if you really, really weren't searching. It's like you have a desperate search going on inside of you, and you're asking over and over the universe, what do I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do to make this better? What can I do to have her trust me and love me? What can I do to have her want me as bad as I want her? What can I do to show her that I feel we need to be together? We should be together. We're supposed to be together. So you put all that out to the universe. I know the torment. It's torment. It's bittersweet. It's the most wonderful you've ever felt about anybody in your life, and it's the most painful right now, all at the same time. Okay. I almost don't want to look because it kind of sets the tone. There could be some surprises. Other things could pop up for you as well, Hassan, that need to be brought to the forefront to your attention. If tarot feels and spirit feels there's something that you need to know, it'll bring it forward that might be completely unrelated to the whole meat of this reading, the whole reason for it. So should we get brave now and turn the card over? I think so. I've talked long enough. You can smile. You're safe. So far. This card represents your current situation. You have the Ten of Pentacles. And it represents luck. And it's a good one. This is a good card as far as your luck turning and getting better. I make guidelines like on the back of my cards because I want to squeeze and I never want to forget anything about a card or omit something that should be brought up. So I put guidelines. The whole meaning of the card's not there. I'd need 5 cards for one card to get the whole meaning. But if I feel compelled, sometimes I pull my book because I want to hear more. I want to get more. Try to give you a bang for your buck is what I'm trying to do. Okay. Now, Hassan, the very first thing off the top of this card, which is the most important thing, is Tarot and Spirit are telling you that good luck is on the way for you. This good luck can take very many forms. I just heard for you a turn in the tide, which means a change. Things are going to shift to where you are right now, to where you've been for the last little while. There's going to be a change, a shift. Tarot, I'll tell you what Tarot says. Tarot says you could find yourself celebrating a windfall, a financial windfall, or an unexpected financial bonus of some kind. The card is also nudging you and telling you, reminding you gently, a gentle reminder to make sure you put appreciation to the universe. Keep saying thank you and feel it. You feel it inside. Keep saying thank you. Thank you for bringing me through this experience. Thank you for the joy that it's brought me. And thank you for the pain that I'm in right now, because it's going to lead to other things. You don't see it yet, but you will. Be grateful for everything. Things are going to become more stable for you in your life. There's a family gathering that's coming up soon in the cards as well. This card, by the way, if I didn't say it's your current situation, this is going. If you're not relating to this yet, give it a day or two. You might start to see. Well, you will. You'll start to see some things unfold. There is a family gathering coming up in the cards. You're going to be feeling. This is a really good way for you to start your reading. So says Tarot. You're going to be feeling so good, right? That the people will say that you're in opposition with. There's some kind of opposition. You know, maybe friends or relatives. Maybe the noses are at a joint a little bit. Maybe you didn't agree on something, so their backs up a little bit. Or maybe there's, you know, an ongoing cousin or somebody that's just a pain in the butt. They drive you crazy. People that you're maybe not speaking to, people you want to, you know, if I see them, I'm going to give them peace of my mind, or I'm going to tell them, or anything like that. When it comes to opposition, opposite, conflict, you're going to be feeling so good. You're not going to care anymore. It's going to go away. You're just going to go, I don't care anymore, and it's just going to slide off. All those situations or people, all those bad feelings are just going to lift and be gone like they were never there. You're going to be feeling that good. So says Tarot. Everything's just going to disappear like that. You're going to be feeling the love and support of your relatives and your close friends that you call family. In relationships, this card predicts families being joined in love. Feelings are going to be declared. That means, boom, right out there. You know, no holding back. Feelings are going to be declared. I almost want to weep. And a commitment follows. It shows cohabitating, moving in together, followed by a wedding. I hope you're smiling, because this is amazing. The advice of this card for you. So always listen to the advice real strong, and the keywords. Those are verbatim I've written out of the book. Always with my readings, if I give you advice in keywords, they're literally word for word, right straight out of the book. The rest of it is my notes, which is not verbatim. It's not word for word. But the advice is to appreciate the bonds that you share and all the love that comes with it. Be truly grateful. Look up, you know, take a night, go out if you can see the stars where you live, and look up at the stars and do it alone. And feel everything that you've gone through and where you are. Allow yourself those emotions to stir, to boil. Allow them to just really come up and out, and look up and thank the universe. Thank the universe, and Spirit's all part of that, but thank the universe for everything that you've come through and for being where you are. And the more you feel it, boys, the universe listens. It loves it. You'll be rewarded for that. More good will come. There'll be a smoothing out, I just heard, a smoothing out of things. Your keywords are family and celebration, generosity, money and completion, feeling of completion, ending things, tying things up. Wow. I don't normally read this way. Normally I do the whole spread, and then I come back and read each individual card. This happened to me last night in a reading. First card grabbed me, and I couldn't put it down until so I've covered that card, basically. The next card, because that was your current situation. Next card is what is either helping you or crossing you, blocking you, kind of a thing, giving you a problem. This is wonderful. Oh, two pentacle cards. This card is definitely helping you. There's no crossing going on here at all. Seven of Pentacles. It is potential. It's a great card. So far, so good, Hassan. So far, so good. When this card shows up, Hassan, there's a lot to be gained, is what is coming forth for you right now. And I would say this is, the word dedication is here. And I would say it is your dedication that is paying off, and you're starting to glimpse the rewards. And it could be the dedication that your heart has dedicated to loving this young lady. Tarot says the potential is there for much success. You may have to, and you mentioned this in your email and with your questions, that you know that it's going to take a lot of work to get this relationship back where it was and get it stable and solid again. Tarot's telling you and acknowledging just what you already had said, that more time and more work, more attention to detail as well may be needed. But after the fact, it's going to be well worth it, and you're going to see that as plain as day. It took me a little longer to get what I wanted. It took me a little longer to get there. It took a little bit more work than I thought it was going to take. And you pay attention to the underlying stuff, not just what you can see, but the underlying things that the eye can't visually see and the mind can't visually see. But there are small details, subtle things, little things that you can do behind the scene of the big things that can make all the difference in the world. A little bit more work, takes a little bit more time, well worth it in the end. You'll realize that you gave it everything, 110% to everything. 100% to you wasn't good enough. You want that extra mile and put more into it. Here's the advice of Tarot. Do not doubt your abilities, okay, of the path that you've chosen. Tarot is here to tell you, you are to keep going, all right, because you are on the track of success. Does that answer your question? You will get her back. I think you're going to get your second chance. I think it's safe to say, even after 2 cards. Look, I'm still doing that. It's the first time I've done that. Okay, we'll continue with the reading. Spirit wants me to do 1 card at a time. By the time I'm done, the whole spread will be out, but it'll be read. But I can recap and see if there's anything else there. This is a first for me. I've never read like this before. Yeah, keep going the way you are. Keep your belief the way it is. Keywords, perseverance is the very first keyword. That's a big one. Money, dedication, work, investing time, and the final word on this card is success. This is great. This is just fantastic. Oh my gosh. Right now. The best that you can expect at present is the Page of Pentacles and its opportunity. You're coming into some extra money here, Hassan. I can tell you that. You've got 3, the first 2, and this may not be, it is actually, it's a Page of Pentacles. You've got 3 Pentacles, all on right back to back. And this is the best that you can expect at present. Very first thing off the card, right off the very top, literally, quote, good news is coming about money or work or even education, unquote. Good news coming about money. This page, this could be somebody that you know. And sometimes it's not an actual person. Sometimes it's the energy. See if I can differentiate here between the 2 on this card this time around. I was so apprehensive about doing your reading, and I had nothing to worry about. This card says, you know what? You'd be very happy if I just read this card. told you what I have to say, and then close the camera down. You'd walk away happy. Because this card literally says that a wish is granted. A love wish. I don't know who this is, if it's a person or if it's an energy. If it's a person, you're going to be jumping up and hugging them because they're going to be bringing you a message about your love and that your wish is granted. They may be the go-between person. They may be your, this person could be your mutual connection to Natalie. Very, very much so. But that's what he's bringing you, a love wish that is granted. Also, the page may bring you a pending job offer, where you'll get a job offer at the same time that all this is happening, which is wonderful. If you're planning on moving or maybe selling a property, something big that you own, it's just a part of the mundane part of this card, that if you're selling something, a big ticket item of some kind, like property or a vehicle or whatever, that's going to happen very, very quickly. Anything that you put up for sale like that. And also, if you were planning on moving or anything, that will happen very, very soon. Provided you pay attention to all the details in any paperwork that comes in front of you, go over it with a critical eye. If it's a contract, a lease, or a bill of sale. Maybe it's a warranty on something. Go over the warranty with a fine-tooth comb. While you're reading, if a red flag goes up and you go, well, that sounds all right, but what if this happens, or what if that goes? Any what ifs, highlight it or circle or mark it. Go back to the person that's on the backside of that contract or paper that you have to sign and get clarification so that you're on the same page. Be very, very diligent that way. The advice of this card for you, Hassan, is look for offers on property and on work. They don't come to you. You go find them. There's a very good opportunity on the horizon for you. You just need to be diligent and to check all your contacts very carefully as well. Keep in contact with people professionally and personally. Keywords here are money, messages, communications, work, luck, confidence, and a whole lot of optimism. And this is your current situation. This is all right on top of you. Wow. What a great read. And this does fit. Oh, yes, it does. You know what? Spirit and Tarot really like you because there's a strong... I'm feeling the heat. I'm starting to feel the heat off the whole reading. What that means, some people go, what do you mean by that? Simple, just what I said. I'm feeling the heat coming off of it, the intensity, right? Of the intensity of tarot and the intensity of the power behind the cards in the reading. How it's the strength. The strength of the reading here is very, very good. Nice, healthy. Now this card, we all cringe when we see it. No. Oh. But the placement of this next card is card number 4. And it is the very heartbeat, the very meaning, the very motivation, and the reason for this reading. It's because it's the 9 of Swords. It is the anxiety card of tarot. And that's the whole reason for the reading is you are suffering from anxiety, your heart is hurting, everything. Of course, what other card could there be to show up? But that's what's come up. The very heartbeat of this reading. And tarot's acknowledging that it knows what you're going through. And spirit knows how you feel. Tarot's acknowledging that you've been keeping a lot of things in. It's kind of like brewing beneath the surface, the way you feel. But here's the thing. If it hasn't happened yet, this is what's going to happen. You need to come forth. You need to share with somebody. Although I feel things are getting it. But this is where we were. This is the card. This whole reading was where we started out at before these 3 wonderful cards. Right? Feelings, problems, anxieties coming out in your dreams. Maybe even causing really bad dreams, such as a nightmare. Tarot's asking you to ask yourself, what's eating you up? Well, you already know that. You could be feeling pressure from work or relationships. Maybe you tend to be a little bit of a worrier. This is all coming from tarot. Family issues. And not, yeah, I can see you doing that. Not sleeping all that well due to stress, but overthinking. And that's what did I say about what it's like to be in love? You think of that person constantly. So yeah, and you're exhausting yourself too. I'm feeling that. You're just so tired. And if you had your way, you have moments you wish you could just shut everything off so you could get a rest, you get a break, get a breather, but it won't go away. The advice is, what is keeping you up at 3 a.m. looks a lot smaller in the light of day. Keep your perspective when negative thoughts get in the way. That's real good advice. Keep your true, real perspective when negative thoughts get in the way. And something else is scientifically proven. We can only formulate one thought at a time. All right? So when negative thoughts start to come in, if you can get into the habit of doing that, shifting your thought process into something else. After a while, the negativity loses its strength, it weakens, it goes away, and now you're focused on all kinds of other things. It does help. You may not think so, but it helps you in the bigger picture. Keywords are panic attacks, guilt, insomnia, nightmares, stress, and a mental overload. That's where we were when we started the reading. That's the very heartbeat. It fits so well. It truly does. Okay. Okay. Another page. This one is the Page of Wands. And he's all about creativity. That's the main thing with him. He's very, very charming. He's very, very chatty. He's well liked. This could very well be you as well. It could. There's going to be some great news coming your way about some kind of a creative project. Travel plans as well. Again, new work. You could be under the influence of a very creative person that gives you thought to, and you can pause to think about making some kind of a career change or a career beginning of some kind. And it could be along the line of the arts. When I say the arts, I mean everything from writing to acting, painting, sculpting, musician, anything like that. But sometimes what this card is basically about is discovering your own talents. You might discover that on your path to getting Natalie back. This could be what the whole gist of this card is. This is your next event, by the way. This is your next thing that's going to come up in your life. But you could be discovering your own talents and the creativity that you could use. And you'd say, gee, you could put a whole thing together to win her back. That could be one thing you'll try, and you'll work really, really hard. Hey, you'll stand back and go, damn, that's good. Damn, I'm good. You could do this and say, how could she say no to that? I didn't know I could do that. You're discovering things about yourself, right? Your keywords are messages, travel news, communications, new work, expression, transition, and the word entertainment's the last word on this. Something in the field of entertainment. Okay, so I'm feeling it, but in a good way. I'm not getting a negative stress here at all. Not by any means. This is wonderful. Just the same, I'm getting worked up, so excuse me. Wow. Okay, so the next card I'm going to flip over falls into the placement of your past and how it's affecting your present. All right? My coffee's getting cold. I don't know how that happens. It doesn't feel very cold in here. Well, well, well. This is your past. It shows me a little bit about you by seeing this card come up. Don't take offense, but this card, I call him, just me, it's what I call him, is my waste of space. I often say, why are you even in this deck? You really don't even deserve a spot in this deck. But he comes with, usually with a warning for somebody. Not that he's a bad guy, he's not. But humorously, tongue in cheek a little bit here, I call him my Fabio of the oceans. You could see. Do you know who Fabio was? He was a male model. He had long hair and a chiseled chin. He was so, I don't know, handsome or good looking that it was an overkill. He was too much. He was just too pretty. And he was a male model, and he posed on the front of those Harlequin romance books, and they show, the dramatic scene of the man and the woman embraced, and all the wind blowing their hair, and, passion. That's what, and he was kind of I don't know, people liked him, but they laughed about it too, an awful lot. Corny, I guess you'd call it. But, and not that you're any of those things, but I just got a flash when I turn that over, and this is in your past. Did you make some empty promises? Did you do that? Because that's what this guy's about. This guy here, not that you're him, but this guy, I'll just tell you with the card itself, excluding you, he's very, very charming, very handsome, very magnetic. People are drawn. People generally really like this guy. Those that don't know him personal, or that are real close to him, that don't know, they know him in passing. Could be a customer on one of those, shopping strips somewhere, and they're in the stores on a regular basis. Everybody sees him. They smile. They wave. He flashes his pearly white teeth, and people say, "Oh, he's so sweet," Here's the thing with people that know him really well, they just go, no. Because every time he comes to them, not that you're this, not that this is you, but every time he comes to them, he's got some kind of harebrained idea in his head. His life revolves more around fantasy than it does reality. He's not consistent in anything he does. He believes in his own plans. He tries to get people to jump on board with his visions, to get them to materialize. But here's the thing, he's not consistent, and nothing ever comes of anything. That's why I asked, did you make some empty promises? From the small things of, yes, I'll meet you there at 5 o'clock, or I'll be at your house at 7 o'clock, and you show up at 8:30 or 9. Were you doing things like that? Your intentions were good when you said it, but then, you got held up, which made you late. You didn't really worry about it, but on the other hand, she was probably really pissed off, but you weren't. That's the kind of thing going on. That's what I'm sensing here. So now, if that's the case, if that's the case, Hassan, you got some proving to do. Not just some splaining to do, you got some proving to do. The advice of the card for you, to get this to play out proper, is actions, not words. Do things that nobody knows that you're doing behind the scenes, and it'll speak for itself when it comes into the forefront. Action, not words. Don't tell people what you're going to do. Don't tell Natalie what you're going to do. Do it, so that your word is good and your intentions are honorable. Your keywords on this card are offers and dreams, love, illusion, imagination, fantasy, and infatuation. This is just pinpointing how this is playing out, how you were to how you are now. There's been a big change. You're still learning. You're still in the learning process. You'll never not be in the learning process. There's a news flash from an old doll telling you you'll always be. At my age, I'm still in the learning process. It never stops. And I'm no different than anybody else. I can't figure other people out, especially the opposite sex. Who can figure them out? Okay. Now, card number 7. Oh, so nice. Gee, you got some nice cards here. The tarot never lies, and it's rarely long. You know, I've been finding on average, I have a lot of repeat customers that keep coming back, and they come back about every 3 months. And the reason they do is because their reading has exhausted itself. Everything has come to pass. And so they come back, they get another reading to see what's coming up. I don't put time constraints on, you didn't ask for any, and I didn't put any on here. But I find with some people, it can take a whole year, all right, for things to unfold. It can take that long. I told a woman in my house who I met that day. I had no idea who she was. I knew nothing about her. And she was 63 years old. And I told her, I said she was going to be getting married within the year. And she swore at me and told me I was effing nuts. You're effing nuts, she said the word. Out of respect for you, I'm not going to say the word. And I said, fine, but tarot's never wrong. Guess what happened? She messaged me on Facebook, and she was, oh my God, in capital letters all over the place. She got married. And it was almost a year, right around the time that I'd done her cards before. The year before. I have a few people like that. And it's just funny that theirs takes, so once a year I hear from them. Anyway, the Ace of Wands here. Look at that. The placement that it fell into is how you see and view yourself and what you're capable of. All right? The Ace of Wands represents growth, and it's one of the best cards in the deck. It's growth in the best of ways. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. This is a creative ace. If you're going to get a new job, then you might find this job gives you a lot of freedom of expression, therefore allows you to be creative. But projects and work and ideas, even travel plans are going to take off. Okay? This is going to happen to you. Communications are going to go very well. Share your visions with others. Tell people your plans. And maybe you can even persuade somebody to get on board with you, such as Natalie, as well. If you're wondering if the plans that you have, this is beautiful. If you're wondering if the plans that you now have right now for, let's say you and Natalie, for work, whatever the plans that you have in your head and you're wondering if they're going to be successful, this card is here to tell you a great, big, resounding yes, they are. Your intuition is going to strengthen as you go through these things. And it's going to strengthen your spiritual beliefs as well. You're going to be beginning new journeys and new adventures. And the word fertility jumps strongly as well. That doesn't mean pregnancy or anything like that. What that means is huge, rich, beautiful growth. If the ground is fertile, it'll grow anything, right? That's the kind of fertility we're talking about. The advice of the card is to step into your own power and embrace that and acknowledge it. Invent, talk, and create. Whatever you say now to anybody is going to be well received in the most positive ways. Your keywords is that you'll be starting new beginnings. Your intuition is being highlighted. There will be adventures, ideas, creativity, fertility, and success. You don't have much to worry about. You got a lot. I can feel the intensity of what's going on around you and what's going to be coming at you, but this is a fantastic reading. You're going to be fine. Okay, card number 8. This is your environment. This is your world. This is whatever Hassan'S world is. You know, from your job to where you live, to the people and the family and your friends and everybody that you know. This is your environment. And you got the Fool. And it's new beginnings. It doesn't mean you're a fool at all. I don't know if you maybe know about tarot or not, but anyway. This card shows up to tell you you are on the very brink of a brand new path in your life. A wonderful chance is awaiting you. Follow your destiny. Don't fight it. New work, again, I think that's been in almost every card I've turned over. So you're getting a new job. There's new work. Maybe you're going to be, you know, given something. You not even leaving where you're at, but getting a different, work in a different department, being given different responsibilities or a job. But there's something, it's going to be a whole new job for you, no matter where it takes place. Yes, new work and relationships. The card is telling you need to be practical and make sure that you remain realistic, especially with your dreams. Make sure your dreams are realistic and that they're attainable. All right? Don't waste any time on anything that isn't. Listen. If you listen to your intuition, it's going to guide you. Focus on your goals. Don't be distracted by others. It shows you reinventing yourself. And there's a bright new future and a brand new territory for you. Journey over land or sea. So you're going to be taking a trip in there. The advice is for you to look at everything very carefully before you jump into it. But if you like what you see, Tarot is telling you, go ahead, dive right in. Go for it. Keywords are risk and innocence, departure, discovery, journey, and starting over. It's just a great card all the way around. It truly is. Card number 9 are your hopes and fears for the future. And you got the King of Wands. He's the king of practicality. He's a good guy to have. It's a good energy. This is a man of action. Okay? You may identify with the character traits of this king. You may say that sounds like me. Because sometimes this does come up as the U card. Even though it is Wands, and that's usually fire signs, that's neither here nor there with this card, okay? It can still be the U card. But this is a man of action. He can be an inspiring leader, very dynamic, very self-motivated. You just take the bull by the horns. You don't talk about it now. At this point, you're doing things. It's all action, no words. Very open-minded, very easy to read. It means that people know if they see you across a crowded room, then a very split second, their eyes contact and see your face. They know what kind of mood you're in because everything shows. Connected to very many people from very different backgrounds than his own. There's also travel involved here as well. And if you're identifying as well, especially as this being you, then Tarot is here to tell you, you should find practical solutions to practical problems. Don't overthink them. Don't read into it. They are what they are, and deal with them as they come. Also, to your network of friends, your contacts, personal and professional. Make sure they continue to grow. You don't want to make your world smaller, all right? You always want to grow out. The advice of the card, explore your passions, and look to unconventional people and brand new places for inspiration or new beginnings. Keywords are energy and creativity, power, wisdom, passion, freedom, and openness. Your very last card in this Celtic cross reading, the final word in this Celtic cross, oh nice. The Angel of the Ocean, and she represents healing. Everything's going to get better, Hassan. You are going to be happy, and everything is going to get better. When this card shows up, again with the energy of somebody in your life, it shows healing going on. With this card, she's a negotiator as well. Like a manager, she can manage situations really, really well. You're going to need the patience of an angel to get through some of the things that you're going to go through, and I think you're going to rise above it. You're going to do just fine. I don't feel anything negative there. I don't see you being overwhelmed or getting tired of it or frustrated or wanting to throw in the towel. I don't see anything like that through any of this reading. I see all good, just the way you want things to go. And I know that you're willing to put in all the extra work. that it's going to take. You're going to do whatever it takes because this is what you want. I'm going to pull the book on this last card. Bear with me for just a moment. She's a beauty. Now, what I just seen in this card, too, you need to see as well, because of she has the infinity symbol and 2 of the cups holding it through, waiting and looking up. And I just heard off of it. It's what I heard, to have belief and to make your cups of life always open, ready, and not half full or half empty, but refillable at all times. Your cups are refillable into infinity. There's a lot of trust there. If you look at her, trust and belief, beyond a doubt, that she's always going to have her cups refilled. Always. But let me pull the book here. See if I can find her. I don't use this book very often. Let me see if I can find her. She's a major arcana, which intensifies the meaning behind the card. Let's see here. Okay, she must be before that. Great reading. That's all I can tell you. Great, great reading. Okay. Don't be afraid to call on your angels. Everybody's got them, so don't be afraid to call on your angels when they're needed. Especially if you feel you need to be, you could use a little more in the patient department. You want some patience. The angel card of the ocean asks you to look to your spiritual side, to see the lessons that your situation offers you, rather than become overwhelmed by others' emotions or stressed out by their complaints or their needs, so that you don't let anybody distract you in any way. Change your thought process. Try to tell you what to do. Because I'm not feeling it as sound advice coming from people. They're trying to tell you what to do. This is what you need to do, is what you're hearing a lot of. Forget about all that other stuff. This is what you need to do. That's what I'm hearing somebody say to you. Don't know who that is. Could be male, could be female, could be mother, could be father, aunt, uncle. I don't know, but I hear that. Another additional meaning of this card is healing from any past traumas, balancing your mind and your body, or even balancing your finances so that budgeting and financial planning may take a priority now. And they would, for what you're wishing for. That would all take a priority, because you want to build a comfortable life for you and Natalie. Also, the angel of the ocean can be a sign of angelic guidance as well. Call on those angels. Know that your angels are here to protect you through any demanding times. The advice of this card is you'll need to work a little bit of magic now to reconcile any opposites. We covered that earlier, remember? The first card, I think it was. Be patient and compassionate, and you will get everything that needs to be done. You will get it done. The final words in this Celtic cross reading for you, under your keywords, are balance, reconciliation. How beautiful is that? Patience. And patience is a virtue. For those that have it, learn to be more patient. You're going to have to be, you have no choice. But do it gracefully. Flow. Energies are starting to straighten themselves out. Everything's going back into place the way it should be, and then some. Compassion. Finances, and the final word, angels, in this reading. Now, I'm not done with you yet. I'm going to pull, if you don't mind. Some people get funny about those cards. It's the angel deck that I have here. It was gifted to me. But I'm going to pull to see if there's one angel message for you, since angels did come up a couple of times in your reading. So bear with me one moment and make some room. An avalanche of stuff falling here. Okay. All right. You're still within the parameters of the private reading for Hassan Al Ghaffli. Did I say that right? Ghaffli? Ghaffli. Ghaffli? Ghaffli? No, Ghaffli, I think it is. If you could bring this one angel, we know there's a message in here for Hassan, so please bring that forth for him. These are hard to... They're so big. There we go. It's a nice one. One more shuffle, and then I'm going to cut the deck and pull the first card from the cut for Hassan's angel message. Oh, that one wanted to go sideways. Come on now. Behave. Let's do it one more time. I didn't like the way that went. All right. Let's see what we pulled. You'll love the look of the card. What you got was renewal. Archangel Jeremiel. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. You'll like the artwork on this. They show it shows a couple standing before Angel Jeremiel. And I'm going to pull the little book. That's a major arcana. Let's see here. Oh. That's a thick little book with a lot of pages in it, and look what I opened up to. The card that I was looking for. Wow. This is meant for you in some way, shape, or form. It'll make sense to you, I'm sure. The angels sent you this card because you're either near the end of a project or at a crossroads, on the threshold of making an important change. This card signifies that it's time to review and do some evaluation. Make thoughtful judgments regarding your life and then make confident choices. Rest easy, knowing that you've prepared well. Legal situations are resolved if you have any, and they'll be favorable for you. In addition, academic examinations and certifications will go well. Additional meanings of this card: a landmark decision, a career or a job change, moving in a new direction, and a new beginning. Jeremiel is the archangel who helps you evaluate your life so you can clearly decide upon appropriate changes. Spend some time alone with a pad and a paper or pen. With a pad of paper and pen, and call upon Jeremiel to help you review what needs to be transformed, what needs to be healed, and what needs to be released. And that was your angel message. I'm still not done with you yet. I'm going to throw in a pendulum reading for you. I don't charge for that. A lot of readers do, because it is a separate reading, but I don't. Not yet. Maybe down the road I might think about offering it as a private reading. But for now, it's a freebie on me. All right. Now, I'm going to pull you in a little bit closer. I'm going to ask Pendulum some questions on your behalf. Okay. We started, it was daylight law. Cut the windows, it's all dark now. It's all snowy and blowy, and the wind's insane. I don't want to lose my power. All right, so just going to arrange things, and you're going to be able to watch the pendulum. When it swings back and forth, directly back and forth, that's a yes. And when it takes a circle, it's a no. When it goes on an angle this way or that way, it's a maybe. Still, things still usually left to unfold. Okay. Okay. This question is on behalf of Hassan. The question I'd like to ask is concerning his love life and his love interest, Natalie Kennedy. And the question that needs to be answered right off, is Hassan going to win back his girlfriend, Natalie Kennedy? Can we have a yes or a no, please? Will Hassan and Natalie reunite and reconcile their differences? Could have a bit of a more definitive swing, maybe a little bit wider. That's a good speed. There's the wide. It just went whoomp. That's beautiful. I'm getting a big resounding yes here for you, Hassan. Thank you. You may rest. You may stop. We've got a good communication going on here. Is Hassan going to be getting another job? Will he be in another line of work? Is there new work in the future for him? I'm getting another yes. Thank you. You may rest. I got another yes on the job front. Does Hassan's future look happy for him and Natalie? Do they have a happy future together? Well, there was a pull right there. There we go again. It jumped twice. Look at that. I'm getting a big resounding yes for you, Hassan. Beautiful future ahead. Health, wealth, and love for Hassan and Natalie. For their future, health, wealth, and love. Yes, oh boy, I'm feeling the pull there. Wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may stop. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You may rest. There you go, Hassan. We're running into just an hour and 2 minutes here. All right, I'm not going to yak on because this is going to take hours to upload because of how long it is. I'm going to email you right away. Thank you so much for asking me to be your tarot reader. It was a pleasure and an honor. I enjoyed it very much. And I'm glad I got through it and it's over with now. And it was all good. Such good things coming your way. You've paid your price. You paid your dues. You're sincerely remorseful. Let it all be a lesson for you. And you will, more maturity will come along with it. And more grace. I wish you the very best to you and Natalie. And a bright future full of health, wealth, and love. Keep the peace in so you can share that love out, Hassan. And best wishes for me in the universe to you. Goodbye for now.